South Coast Repertory is a professional theater company located in Costa Mesa, California. Tony Award-winning South Coast Repertory, founded in 1964 by David Emmis and Martin Benson, is led by artistic director Mark Masterson and managing director Paula Tomei. SCR is widely regarded as one of America's foremost producers of new plays. In its three-stage David Emmis, Martin Benson Theatre Center, SCR produces a 5-play season on its Segerstrom stage, a 4-play season on its Julian Argueras stage, plus one annual holiday production. SCR also offers a 3-play theatre for young audiences series, and year-round programs in education and outreach. It also is home to the Pacific Playwrights Festival, an annual 3-day new play festival. Background: SCR's extensive new play development program consists of commissions, residencies, readings, and workshops, from which up to 5 world premieres are produced each season. Among the plays commissioned and introduced at SCR are Donald Margulies' Sight Unseen, Collected Stories, Brooklyn Boy, and Shipwrecked. An entertainment, Richard Greenberg's 3 Days of Rain, Everett Beacon, Hurrah at Last and the Violet Hour, David Henry Hwang's Golden Child, Jose Rivera's references to Salvador Dali Make Me Hot, Lynn Nottage's Intimate Apparel, Craig Lucas A Prelude to a Kiss, Amy Fried's The Beard of Avon and Freedomland, and Margaret Edson's Pulitzer Prize-winning Wit. These plays were commissioned by SCR and developed through its Pacific Playwrights Festival, an annual workshop and reading showcase for up to 8 new plays, attended by artistic directors and literary staff members from across the country. 40% of the plays SCR has produced have been world, American or West Coast premieres. In 1988, SCR received the Regional Theatre Tony Award for Distinguished Achievement, particularly in the area of new play development. History: David Emmis and Martin Benson attended San Francisco State University. After graduation, Emmis and Benson gathered a few San Francisco friends in summer 1963 to stage Arthur Schnitzler's La Ronde at the Off-Broadway Theatre in Long Beach, California. After that experience, Emmis and Benson were convinced there was a future for them in theatre, and they sketched out a plan to create a theatre company. The first step would involve touring to rented stages. In November 1964, SCR's first production, Molière's Tartuffe, opened at the Newport Beach Ebel Club. The next step would be their own location. They chose to locate it in Orange County, California, Virgin Territory, for a major arts institution. Second Step Theater. For their second step, a 2-story marine hardware store on Balboa Peninsula was rented and converted into a 75-seat proscenium stage. It opened on March 12, 1965, with a production of Waiting for Godot. Confident of their ability to continue, Emmis and Benson sought to convince their adopted community of SCR's future importance. They displayed an artistic manifesto in the Second Step lobby, which boasted a 4-step model of growth. The first season of touring, the present location's 75-seat stage, and 2 more transformations leading to a major regional center for theater arts and education. While the goal of running a nationally renowned arts institution spurred them on from the Second Step lobby wall, the young company went about the business of surviving. For years, everyone involved maintained full-time day jobs and worked nights and weekends without pay. They designed and built their scenery, sold the tickets, ushered, and, of course, acted, and wrong bosom. These were among the theater's founding artists. Third Step Theater. Within 2 years, artistic and financial momentum had picked up, and SCR looked toward its third step, a converted Sprouse Rights variety store on Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa. The building, adapted to hold 217 seats, opened in 1967. It was at the third step, 1967 to 1978, that SCR moved from a local group to a regional force, and matured both artistically and organizationally. Operating income went from $20,000 to $55,000 in the first 2 seasons. By the 5th season, paid staff had grown from 1 to 5. A first grant from the National Endowment for the Arts helped expand the staff. The Los Angeles Drama Critics Circle gave SCR its first award in 1970 for consistent achievement in production. In 1976, SCR joined the League of Resident Theaters and was able to contract for members of Actors' Equity. By 1977, the company was outgrowing its space again. The budget was more than $250,000. A year later, there were more than 9,400 subscribers and capacity was pushing 99%. Emerson Benson addressed the question of SCR's future and moved forward toward the long-anticipated fourth step theater. They formed a new board of community leaders to address the realities of funding, designing, and building Orange County's first resident theater facility. A gift of land on which the theater would be built was made by the Segerstrom family. In September 1978, the theater opened with a production of William Sarajan's The Time of Your Life. At first, there was only the 507-seat main stage, but by 1979, the large rehearsal hall had been converted into a 161-seat second stage. SCR had reached its long-sought goal, a 2-theater complex, owned and operated by the company itself. Fourth Step Theatre. During the 1980s, SCR's interest in new play development moved to the forefront. In 1985, the NE awarded SCR a challenge grant, which helped finance the creation of the Collaboration Laboratory, which would support all play development in the future. The 1985-86 season saw Collab's first 2 public programs, the New Scripts Play Reading Series and the Hispanic Playwrights Project. Also that season, ground was broken on a distinctive addition to the building called the Artist's Wing. Then, in 1988, SCR earned the highest recognition in regional theater, a Regional Theater Tony Award for its achievements. During the 1990s, SCR solidified its national reputation for play development. Writers were discovered, nurtured, and then championed. Margaret Edson, whose wit was a premiere at SCR in 1995, won the 1999 Pulitzer Prize for Drama. Donald Margulies, whose Sight Unseen and Collected Stories originated at SCR before meeting with New York success, won the 2000 Pulitzer for Dinner with Friends. Other playwrights who had multiple premieres at SCR also became familiar names in theaters from across America. Amy Freed, Craig Lucas, Howard Corder, Keith Redden, Octavio Solis, and Richard Greenberg, who has had 9 commissioned world premieres at SCR. In the summer of 1998, following its 35th anniversary season, SCR launched the Pacific Playwrights Festival, its most ambitious new play project to date. The Pacific Playwrights Festival incorporated the Hispanic Playwrights Project, 2 world premieres, and workshops or staged readings of 7 more new plays. By the end of 1998, Seychelles Rupees could begin to pursue its long-held expansion goal when the Segerstrom family donated land. That land, along with a similar donation to the neighboring Orange County Performing Arts Center, established the Segerstrom Center for the Arts. Within weeks, SCR received its first gift of more than $1 million, when Henry and Stacy Nicholas gave $1.28 million and launched SCR, the Next Stage campaign, initially to raise $40 million. Architect Cesar Pelli was enlisted for both the center's and SCR's expansion, with SCR's construction beginning first. The focal point of Pelly's expansion design was a 336-seat proscenium stage. In front of it would be the common lobby and behind it would be 3 stories of offices. At the groundbreaking ceremony in July 2001, a $5 million naming gift for the new stage was announced from George and Julia Nargiris. In April 2002, board president and campaign chairman Paul Foligno announced the campaign's largest gift, and the largest single gift ever to a regional theatre by an individual. It was from the Foligno family, and at $10 million, it became the complex's naming gift. The first season in the Foligno Theatre Centre earned rave reviews and introduced 3 plays: Greenberg's The Violet Hour, Lynn Nottage's Intimate Apparel, and Ra Lynn Jones' The Intelligent Design of Jenny Chow. All have since gone on to major productions in New York and elsewhere. With the expansion of its physical plant and endowment, and with additional support from the Whittier Family Foundations, SCR was ready for its biggest programmatic growth in 2 decades. The introduction of the 3-play series, Theatre for Young Audiences, and The Families, which debuted in 2003 to tremendous response. 2011 marked a major leadership transition for SCR. Mark Masterson became the theatre's new artistic director, with managing director Paula Tomei serving as his co-CEO. Emerson Benson moved into the roles of founding artistic directors, from which they continue to share the wisdom and knowledge gained in their 47 years at the theatre's helm. Beginning in 2012, SCR launched its newest program, Studio SCR. The series partnered the theatre with a variety of Southern Californian artists to create an eclectic, edgy and contemporary theatre experience. In 2013, Paul Foligno requested that his name be withdrawn from the Theatre Center and that it be renamed the David Amos Martin Benson Theatre Center, to honor SCR's founders. The unveiling of the building's new name took place on Jan. 22, 2014. The 2015-16 season saw the world premiere of Keanu Wen's Vietgone, in association with Manhattan Theatre Club. The production moves to Manhattan Theatre Club for its 2016-17 season. In addition, SCR's 52nd season includes world premieres by Sandra Singh, LOH, Becca Brunstetter and Eliza Clark.